How are we looking this morning? What are we working with? 50 degrees. I think that's my new temperature. I think for the longest time I was trying to go just as cold as I could handle and try to get down into the 30s again. And I think after my little hypothermic scare, I don't need to. 50's fine for me. I don't know when my hot tub cover is supposed to come in. It was supposed to be last week and I haven't heard from him. So we just have like styrofoam half circles and hopefully it helps a little bit with insulation at least. I swear, the fact that it looks like a hot tub, because it is a hot tub, but like it's cold. The fact that it looks like, my brain associates it with being hot, which makes it being cold, 50 degrees, really difficult for my brain to like get in that. Oh, it's that first shock of getting in that makes this so hard. We just have to do it. We just have to do it. We just have to do it. I'm doing the doing it dance. That's what I do when I really don't want to do it. Oh my God. Okay, start the timer. 5 minutes. Oh, at least the sun's on my face right now. Okay, now that we're in, it's nice. Okay, nice might be a bit of an exaggeration, but it's bearable. Oh, okay. I'm finding out about myself that I'm a very routine-based person. And once I get into a routine that works, I really like it and I want to maintain it. And that's kind of what I'm figuring out about cold plunges. I've been trying to get into the routine of doing it every day, but it's hasn't gotten easier. Well, okay, that's not true. It's gotten easier, but it's still not easy to get in every morning. Look at that though. I feel like I timed it right because the sun's coming through the trees and at least hitting me. So like my face is absorbing sun despite my body being an ice cold 50 degrees. I think it's supposed to be, like I get comments of people saying like, dude, 50 degrees isn't nothing. I do my plunges at 39 every morning. And I've done that. I've experimented with it. And then I got a little hypothermic when I did 45 for too long. And I think like, yeah, there's increased benefits from doing it colder, but I think at the end of the day, like you gotta do what like works with your body and makes it at least somewhat enjoyable. The point isn't to completely and utterly suffer every morning. It's to get the benefits of cold therapy and like wake up and rejuvenate, get my muscles, blood flowing, all that. I think at least for now, 50 degrees for 5 minutes is the sweet spot. Look at that. It's a nice day today, guys. Those wind chimes are really nice. It was a gift from my parents, I think for Christmas. I believe like 2 years ago. I had them in LA and we hung them up on a tree over there. It's really, really nice every morning and evening and afternoon. I'm so cold, bro. Oh, that's my time. Okay. See, that felt like the right time and temperature. Because I know like when I overdid it, I was like absolutely frozen to the core still after getting out, after standing in the sun for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I was still freezing. I think I got my core body temperature too low, but like now that I'm out and standing up here, oh, I can feel there's a vitamin D. I can feel the D penetrating me and oh God. Oh. Good morning. I got some new stuff for the garage that I want to set up today. It's going to be like the next step and hopefully actually the final step for a while in terms of additions to the shop. Some stuff for fingerboard obstacles because I want to be able to make a replica of every real rail that we make. So we just made that reverse rainbow rail or U rail, whatever we're calling it. And I used a tube roller for that. So I got something to make a miniature rainbow rail or reverse rainbow rail. Just some stuff that I want to experiment with, get everything set up and kind of start that whole process. Oh, but first I'm just gonna sit here and absorb the heat for a little bit because it's supposed to get hot today. So I kind of like the feeling of being cold and absorbing the sun before it gets uncomfortably hot. I'm also trying something that you've probably noticed. I switched the field of view on the camera that I use and I have it in super ultra mega wide or whatever it's called. So you have a way wider field of view, which I thought could be cool for projects around the shop and just, you know, everyday casual vlogging or whatever, because I have a habit of missing, like, having stuff out of frame a lot of the time. But some people might get nauseous from it. It's super wide, so let me know if you like the the old field of view better. I don't know what I'm doing, man. I'm just experimenting. Look at that beard, though. Well, when does it graduate from pubes on your face to a beard? Because it's still kind of puby right now. The goal is to see what happens if I don't shave it. Because I've always ever shaved, like once I start getting stubble, I'll shave. I don't think I've ever in my entire life gone longer than, you know, 8-10 days before shaving. And I think we're coming up on 2 weeks. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but like, what if I can just like grow a beard? Like, what if I can grow a real beard? Move out of LA, sell the Tesla, buy a truck, start wearing Carhartt trucker hats, grow a beard. What's next? Start cutting wood? and I don't know. What's the next step in my evolution? I will say though, people warned me that it was gonna be really itchy, and it's like really itchy. I don't know what to do about it. I was like, when I shower, I wash it with soap, and I've been doing shampoo, but I don't know, I mean, the hair is so short, I don't know if that's doing anything. So I mentioned that I want to be able to make every real skateboard rail miniature for fingerboarding, and like stuff like this, basic flat rail, that I can do super easily now. And I mean, dude, we haven't even like ventured into doing wood obstacles, but like, I mean, ledges like this, I can do with the CNC router. But I've like, it's been so many months, if not over a year, since I've used that router. I gotta like fully retrain myself how to use that. That can also be used for, like, I've really wanted to make a replica of the A-frame, because that uses the CNC router to make, you know, that little triangle part there, and like using woodworking for the actual wood part of it, but also metalwork to make the rail. So that's something I've been wanting to do for a while now. But again, I guess I'm just really good at procrastinating. This one I can do, but one of the tools that we're about to set up is gonna help with stuff like this, like the little kink. And this one, this is what I'm most excited to make, because I really want to do a batch of reverse rainbow fingerboard rails for one of my next drops next month. And we already made a replica of the 30-footer. Oh, actually, someone had a fantastic idea. Normally, I open that garage door and I open that garage door, but this one has what, an extra 3 feet. And someone said that I should open that one first and then that one, so I can maximize the blowing of your eardrums out. Let's see how it works. Oh, it's close. I gotta be a little bit quicker with that one though. That can be our new goal though, try to time them so they finish at the exact same time. That reminds me of when Alright, so these right here, these 2 boxes are what we're dealing with today. Okay, heavier than I remember. So funny enough, or I guess embarrassing enough, however you want to put it, I know obviously what's in both packages because I ordered them, but I don't know how to use them. And that's sort of been the recurring theme here, like with the tube bender. I know what a tube bender does, but I had never used one before, so I kind of went into it blind, and now obviously I'm familiar with it. Great tool to have. But sort of the same thing with the stuff that we got today. And we're gonna start with this. It's from Swag Off-Road. They're the same people that made the tube roller that we're just now learning how to use. Cool story about them is they actually emailed me yesterday and just said that they stumbled across my video talking about the tube roller and that, you know, they loved it. They loved that I mentioned the company, and they're like, if you need anything, hit us up. And I just thought that was really cool. You know, normally brands will hit up like my management, or I'll reach out to brands and be like, I don't want to work together, whatever. And to have the brand just reach out and sort of connect with me, that was really cool. Not sponsored, not paid, not endorsed or anything, but I have nothing but good things to say about Swag Off-Road. Seems like a really well-run and good company. You can probably see, it says Universal Small Tube. So, oh God, wow, sick. Okay, this one, I'm using my brain here to see if this can make sense. I think this makes sense. These are dies for the tubing roller, because right now I have 2-inch dies because that's what we make all of the skate rails out of. And you can get, you know, whatever size dies you need depending on what you're making. I saw that they had these, which I mean, I'm pretty sure you can see where this is going, but let's say we got some small, I guess it wouldn't be called tubing. Let's say we have a small rod, hypothetically, of course. This might be really small. This is what I use for the legs of my fingerboard rails. This is much, like I think I use 1/4 inch for the actual rail. That would rest in there, and it would function the exact same way that the normal roller does, so you can make, you know, giant C rails with fingerboard size stuff. That's actually sick. I'm excited to try that out. So that's how we're gonna be able to do the miniature reverse rainbow rails with the same, that's actually cool too. I'm gonna be using the same tool that I used for the full-size one, just with different dies for the miniature ones. That's obviously a little bit more on the straightforward side of things. This one I'm pretty clueless about. It's always difficult setting things up when you don't know how they work. Like if I understand how something works, it's a lot easier to assemble it, because I know what my end goal is. From what I remember though, I actually ordered this a while ago, it's a miniature bender. So it's just like the tube bender we have, but smaller, I think. I got recommended, ew, it's all greasy. I got recommended from a friend to get this one. Oh, why is it all ooey gooey? Can you see that? That looks like a handle of sorts. And this, see? We're venturing into uncharted territory. What is this? I couldn't tell you. Oh man. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm looking at. We got all sorts of parts and stuff and things that I really don't know what, I don't know what I'm looking at. I mean, let's just start pulling stuff out, huh? Spiral metal curly Q. That's the scientific term for it. Clampy McClamperton. Again, scientific term. Is this a die? Like, is this, that looks like a die, similar to the other ones, just not, it doesn't have like the notches or anything. Cause it's a universal bender. So maybe we don't need dies for a universal bender. I also don't know what I'm talking about. Oh God. This is the actual bender itself, I'm assuming, and this thing's heavy. All right, yeah. That's everything. This is what we're working with. And if you're looking at this thinking like, huh, Garrett, I have no idea what any of that does, you're not alone. It didn't come with any instructions. I think maybe it assumes that anyone that's buying this isn't an idiot. It would be wrong there. I'm an idiot. It looks pretty simple though. I mean, from what I can see, that probably goes there. And that's the actual like axis on which it bends. Couldn't tell you what this is. That looks like maybe an interchangeable thing there. So maybe that's for bending like 90-degree angles. That's for bending long curves. I don't know. Also couldn't really tell you what that does. Definitely couldn't tell you what that does. So I still have a little bit of learning and research to do, but I just needed to get this unboxed because I'd been not doing that. But yeah, I mean, I think you'd put whatever you want to bend in there. You would clamp it down like so. Again, I'm not gonna bend that because I think I need that for something. But then I would just push that and you can see, I mean, how that would bend whatever's in there. And that's how, it's essentially a more professional and measurable way of this little DIY bender that I had made, where you stick whatever you're bending in there, you grab it and you bend it that way. That's how we did the 30-foot rail fingerboard replica, and it works. It's just a pain. Like, it's very hard to be precise or to replicate bends, where this thing is just a little bit more I don't know, professional, I guess is the word you could use. I also don't know how to use it, so maybe I'm wrong, but we have it now. I kind of want to try our luck using the roller with the new dies and trying to get a miniature curve rail. Here is the correct diameter rod that I use for the fingerboard rails. Come on, dude, get on out of there. I forget if it's 5/16 or a 1/4 inch, but regardless, it should fit in these dies. Not that one. Might be that one. Not that one. Not that one. So yeah, I think that far one is 5/16. You guys are coming with me. All right, now see, this is gonna be a good refresher for me because I've never swapped out the dies on the tube roller before. I've only put the dies in but I'm imagining it's just kind of the reverse process here. So step 1 is gonna be just essentially centering the die onto the shaft. I don't know what it's called, man. I hate playing the guessing game with right size Allen keys. I'm not very good at that game. Aha, okay. And again, sorta guessing here, but, oh, I gotta stop dropping things, dude. Slap the bearings in the new die, put that on, and then we just go through and center that. Yeah, okay, no, this is all making perfect sense. I think I'll just see you once we get all this done, because it might take me a minute to do it. All right, so to my knowledge, I think we got everything set up. You can see that we have the, what are they called? Multi-purpose dies? I don't even know what they're called. We got these all installed in place of where the 2-inch dies were. And in theory, I think I found out that this far right one is the 5/16 die that we need. And in theory, we can just slide that in. And essentially, we're just treating it exactly like we would the full-size tubing, like how we made the reverse rainbow rail and everything. I'm assuming, at least. I mean, I guess we're gonna find out. We probably need a whole lot less pressure, because it's just a little tiny rod as opposed to giant tubing. I mean, just for fun, though, let's crank it down and start rolling and see how long it takes, how many passes it takes. And I'm curious to see how well it bends, because I have a feeling there's going to be a little bit of spring back. Like, right now, it's not doing anything, actually. I might have to experiment with putting the dies closer, too, because we're using such a small material. But again, this is my first time doing any of this, and I'm choosing to document it, so I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm not going to apply too much pressure. I know that, because it's just so thin. Oh, there we go. I'm starting to feel a little bit of resistance now. I think I just had to go more aggressive with the hydraulic jack. Yeah. Actually, maybe it's still not doing anything. See, look, here's what I'm talking about. You can see there how much it's bending it, but over here it still looks pretty straight. So I think it, what would it be called, spring back or snap back or whatever. I think I just gotta go more aggressive with that. But I have a feeling it's gonna bottom out soon, so I'm gonna have to move the dies up. Is this even like remotely interesting to anyone watching this video? Or not? I guess, does it really matter? Because I'm posting it regardless. It's just what I'm doing, regardless of if you guys are watching it or not. I don't know how much you can see, but now we are getting a little bit of bend. But we're pretty much at the bottom of the jack. So I think I'm just gonna bring these way in, because that should tighten the diameter of it. And I think I'm just going, like, it's a small piece of metal. I can just crank this down. I'm gonna stop being so gentle with it, and I do want to check it so far. Oh yeah, look at that though. It's for sure bending it, 100%. I just need a tighter radius. So we're gonna bring that way in, and we are gonna bring that way in. Yeah, this should be better. All right, let's crank that down. Yeah, now we're getting the proper resistance. I don't think I was doing it right before. I should have started way closer. Oh yeah. See how much more it's curving now? I might be overdoing it, actually. But I mean, that's the point of experimenting here, is just to figure out what we're doing. I would say that's good. I fucked up a little bit here, though. See how it's going way left? Nothing wrong with a little left curve, if you know what I mean. But see the little corkscrew effect we got there? I know that's a common problem with tube rolling, and that, I mean, it's user error, obviously. I think that it's because maybe these dies were off center, like that one's more right and that one's more left. Or maybe it was like when I put it back in, it was at a wrong angle. I don't really know. Yeah, I mean, I kinda ruined this one, but I mean, that's the whole point of practicing, is to figure out how to avoid that and not run into that problem again. Luckily, the miniature fingerboard rails material is a lot cheaper than the full-size rail metal. That's a start though. I mean, I gotta get some practice in. I have a bunch more extra scrap metal fingerboard size material that I want to get some practice on. And then, I mean, I'm not gonna bore you guys with it, but I want to figure out how to use this thing properly as well, because that's how we're gonna get like sharp bends, and that's how we're gonna get the big rolling bends. And no, I'm not gonna give you guys the bend versus roll talk again. I think we've done that multiple times now. I just tried using the calipers to make sure that the dies are perfectly centered on both sides, because that was my best guess as to why we were getting the corkscrew effect. And we got less of it, as you can see on this one. It's a little less severe, but it's still unusable. If anyone's got any suggestions or advice on how to get like a nice straight roll as opposed to getting that corkscrew effect, let me know. Obviously, again, it's user error, and I'm aware of that. It's my first time figuring all this out, so I would just, any advice is appreciated. Yeah, I mean, I think for the rest of the day, I'm just gonna work on kind of fine-tuning everything and getting that set up, so A, I can familiarize myself with everything, and B, stop wasting material and hopefully learn how to use that properly. So, I'll see you guys next video. The workshop's finally well, I say finally coming along. The workshop's been coming along for a minute, but I feel like those are the last additions I need for a little bit. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you next video. Peace out.